Hello everyone, it's Dibuseng again. As I promised last time in my first video that I'll be back with more information. So today I'm going to speak about the beginning of your planning journey to come into the UK. Where do you start? So first and foremost is the regulator. You know, each profession has a regulator, and for doctors in the UK is the GMC. Prepare yourself to register with the GMC. You can look onto their website, and as far as radiologists are concerned, the Royal College of Radiologists also has information that can be of assistance to you. However, so these are the steps that you have to follow. First and foremost, your primary medical qualification is of the utmost importance. There are countries which the GMC doesn't recognize their primary qualifications, but having said that, I think in South Africa we are very fortunate, because I think at least most universities are listed on the recognized primary qualifications. So you go to GMC website and see whether your primary qualification is accepted. It's quite tricky, the website, because I tried to look up my primary qualification. So these days everything is online. So many years ago when I registered, we were using postage and whatever. Now you go to GMC online. Then I typed University of Cape Town, and that didn't come up. And then I typed UCT, still didn't come up, until I thought, okay, let me just put Cape Town. And when I put Cape Town, it came listed University of Cape Town as the recognized institution for the primary medical qualification. Your MBCHB is the most important thing. It can make or break you. So now you can see that now your qualification is recognized. What do you do next? You verify the qualification. There are bodies which you can use to verify your qualification, and please start this process quite early, because some of the things can take a long time. So once you've done that, you can then apply for registration. However, it's not automatic that you'll be able to register. It depends on various things which you can look again on the website, but some of them include, like, you have to prove your clinical experience in several ways. So maybe you might have to write a blood test. Second way is to have a sponsorship by a GMC approved sponsor. That's a little bit difficult, but it is doable, especially if you want to be here for maybe just a couple of years for a fellowship, whatever. The Royal College of Radiologists is one of the sponsors, but it's very restrictive, so I wouldn't advise you to take that route. Then you need to have a acceptable postgrad qualification if you want to practice as a specialist. And again, I'm happy to say I looked it up, and the CMSA is one of the approved, the South African, so it's listed by country, and South Africa is there. CMSA is one of the approved accreditation body, or bodies which their qualifications are recognized. So guys, please support the CMSA. Is there for you, because if we try to destroy the CMSA, we are destroying ourselves and the future generations. It's a very rigorous, high quality body that makes sure that our exams are recognized internationally. And then there are two other criteria which really won't apply to most people. If you want to know about them, like I say, you can go to to the website. So in order to practice in the UK, you must register for, you must have full registration, not there is provisional registration and full registration. Provisional is useless. You can register, but you cannot work. In order to work, you need what we call full registration, and you need a license to practice in addition to the full registration, and you need to be on the specialist register. So that's when you need all these steps, and then you need to check your eligibility to be on the specialist register. For that to happen, the GMC may require a whole lot of evidence from you. That's why I was saying, as registrars, make yourself familiar with what's required and start collecting the evidence early, because it can be a very tedious process. And also you have to apply within 3 years of your qualification if you don't want to start collecting even extra information. If you've been qualified as a consultant for more than 3 years, trust me, it's going to be very difficult to get in. So try to register early, whether you plan to come here or not. You never know, things can change. Register early within your 3 years. So you have registered and you are ready. Now the question is, now what happens? Once you register, obviously you start paying your dues. If you have a license to practice, it's very expensive. If you don't have a license to practice, it's a little bit cheaper. You can keep on chopping and changing between having a license and not having a license. Once you're on the specialist register, you have your full registration. A license is optional. You can remove it and put it on as and when you need it. However, rules keep on changing, so just be on the lookout in case you remove your license and then it becomes difficult to reinstate it. I've removed mine a few times, I think a couple of times when I was in South Africa, and I couldn't maintain the processes, because when you have once you have a license, there are certain processes that you have to fulfill, certain requirements. So one of them is the appraisal. Once you have your license, you must have a yearly appraisal. An appraisal it's a very formal process. You have an appraiser. The GMC or whoever your body you are doing it with will select your appraiser and your responsible officer. And there are companies, if you work in a private setting or you don't work under the NHS trusts, there are bodies which help with that, and also that's quite costly. But if you work in a trust, in an NHS trust, the trust will do that for you for free. Everyone has a responsible officer. The appraisers may change from time to time, and that is a yearly appraisal. In the next video, we can delve more into what the appraisal entails. And every 5 years, you go through what's called revalidation. So it's your yearly appraisal for 4 years. In the 5th year is revalidation, when you relook at the whole, the appraisal for the 4 years, and it's a combined sort of like a document where they decide whether you're still competent enough to continue or not, and that's called revalidation. Okay guys, I think for now it's food for thought, so go and do some homework, and if you have more questions on the registration process, please leave comments, and remember to subscribe and to like. Cheers. See you in the next one.